my wife, Francine Cameron,
That's true.
but I am filling in for her today on this beautiful day here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And I'm going to do the best job that I can doing travel funding tips. First time that I'm doing travel funding tips. And I'll
Mhm.
see if I like it. And we apologize for the late start for those of you that came on at noon looking for travel fun and tips, but we are here and we plan on having a fantastic program sitting across from the co-host of the show as well, Miss Rita Gregory. How's it going, Rita?
Oh, it's going fantastic.
Excellent,
It's
excellent.
going to be a great show.
For sure. And we normally have Nichelle Downing
Yes.
on the show with us as well, and she is out today. So wherever she is, hopefully she is having a fantastic time. Hopefully it's a vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let me give everyone an overview as far as what we have on tap today for travel fun and tips. As you see on your screen, we have a very special guest, Ms. Linn Kjos Falken, and she will talk about Bergen, Norway. And Lynn, we welcome you to the program, and we understand that you are actually in Sweden as we speak, correct?
I am. I'm just here
Okay.
for the weekend, but I normally live in Bergen, so yeah.
Yeah, excellent. And how do you Bergen,
Working.
Bergen, yeah.
Bergen, Norway? Okay, and
Yeah.
the scenery that you have behind you, what exactly is that?
So the scenery behind me is actually Bryggen, the UNESCO World Heritage Area of Bergen. So the wooden houses you see in the front there, they are more than 300 years old, actually.
Really?
So yeah, quite. And the city itself is actually 955 years old. So
Uh-huh.
it's quite a long history here.
And then you're saying they're wood houses.
The wooden houses, yeah, the
Yeah.
colorful wooden houses you see there. Yeah, so they were originally much older, but they burned down quite a few times over history because they
Wow.
were in wood. But the ones standing still now are rebuilt after a big fire in 1702.
Okay. Well, hopefully all those owners of those properties have good maintenance plans if we're talking
Yeah,
wood,
yeah,
right?
yes. Yeah, definitely. So they are well taken care of now.
Excellent. Excellent. Now, I'm going to let everyone know if they would like to be a part of the show, they could actually call in or text us, whichever way they prefer. They could actually do both if they want to.
Mm-hmm.
Our call in number for those that are on YouTube, they're on our screen. And for those that are on the radio stream, the call in number is on our website, which is pghdsen.com. But since we're nice people here at Pittsburgh's DSEN, we will give the numbers as well. So the phone number to call in 412 213 8995, or you could text us 412 218 3888. Again, to call 412 213 8995. Text is 412 218 3888. Now, Lynn, let's get direct to what you're on board for as a guest, and we appreciate you coming on.
Absolutely.
The first question that I have here: what makes visiting in Bergen, Norway? What makes it unique?
Oh, I think it's so Bergen is on the west coast of Norway, and it's the second city of Norway. So we have beautiful scenery. The city itself is quite small but very scenic, and we have the waterfront. We have seven mountains surrounding the city, so we have basically everything you need. We have the nature, we have the city, we have the culture. Yeah, you name it, we have it.
And Rita,
Mm-hmm.
you said you've never been there, right?
Never been.
Okay, but you always wanted to go.
Yes, it looks
Yeah. What I mean,
beautiful.
You were an airline um,
Flight attendant.
attendant.
Yes.
You flew all over the world.
But never to Norway. But that's going to change.
That's going to
That is
change.
going to
Yeah.
change.
Okay, excellent, excellent. So for those people that don't have free um,
Benefits of
benefits
travel.
and travel
Mm-hmm.
miles is what I was looking for.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everybody just can't get up and hop in a plane and
This is
travel for
true.
free like Miss Rita,
This is true.
right? So from a cost perspective, Lynn, tell us, is it, I mean, would it be a expensive trip over to Bergen? How can people actually reduce their costs when they come over?
So obviously airfares are dynamic. So just look out for some good deals. And we have more than 30 international routes actually coming into Bergen. So you can travel through quite a lot of places. But the major hubs to come to Bergen is through Iceland to Reykjavik and Copenhagen. You can fly in through Amsterdam. So yeah, so the major hubs you can easily fly into Bergen
Yeah,
from.
and you can't control the cost. The
No.
airline control the cost. Same thing
Yeah.
with lodging, but you could give people different options as far as maybe some of the best places to stay and why they should stay there.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because when people go there, they want to make sure that they're in a reasonable location where they don't have to travel too far to get to the main attraction. So, what are some of the
Yeah.
places that you will recommend?
No, so you can stay, we have everything in every price range. You can stay in hostels, you can stay in cheaper self-service hotels, and you can also obviously find the premium hotels. But definitely we have something for everyone. And what is very unique about Bergen as well is that the city center is very compact. So you can walk more or less everywhere. So no matter which hotel you stay in the city, you can walk to the major attractions.
Okay,
Yeah.
excellent. All right, now is there a certain time of year that's better to
Uh,
actually make it to Bergen,
yeah.
Norway?
Price wise, it's typically a bit, so summer is the high season for us. So
Mhm.
price wise, you can probably get better deals if you come outside of the main season. So in the autumn or spring or even the winter, it's a very good time to visit.
Do you all have any special festivals or sporting events that's a certain time of year?
Yeah, so we have so for instance in winter we have just before Christmas we have Christmas markets, and we also have a wonderful gingerbread city actually. So it's the world's largest gingerbread city is set in Bergen. So the people of Bergen, like kindergarten, schools, families, friends, companies, whoever who wants to bake a gingerbread house or another creation, and you donate it to this organization that put it together. So it's normally about 2,000 contributes. So it's an amazing experience to go there, and you can smell the gingerbreads, and it's very
Yeah.
atmospheric. Yeah.
So everyone builds their
And
own
if I can hold both of you up real
gingerbread.
quick, I just want to make sure Heads in production knows that our next guest is trying to join us, but his phone number is actually on our agenda. So Heads, if you look at the agenda, just text Richard and ask him to wait on a text before he joins us.
Just wondering about the. I mean, this sounds great. You say it's over 2,000 participants. So everyone makes their own gingerbread, or is there something where everyone comes together and works
No,
on one gingerbread house? I think it's great.
no, so it's like you typically, so several people can make one together, obviously. So a
Mhm.
family makes one. But yeah, so 2,000 houses are
Wow.
delivered and put out to be a city. So quite often we have the Bryggen houses, the UNESCO houses are quite often a part of the houses that are built, and other like famous landmarks in Bergen. But also we have quite a few people. We always have a Big Ben and the Eiffel Tower, so we're international, so we accept everything.
Nice,
Great.
nice. Since you mentioned it, I thought I heard something about um, celebrity or something in effect to that. Who's some of the well-known people from Norway?
Oh, it depends. So music-wise, we have so back in the days we had the composer Edvard Grieg.
Okay.
So he was so probably many people haven't heard of him, they think, but if they listen to the music, they've probably heard them because it's been used in commercials and things like that. So it's yeah, definitely quite a few people have heard the music. They just don't know it's Edvard Grieg from Bergen in Norway.
Uh-huh. And what is the size of the country Norway?
So we have about 5.5 million people.
Okay.
The country itself is quite long, and we have a lot of mountainous areas where not many people live. So most people live along the coast.
Okay.
So we have a lot of space,
Yeah.
which is good, and we like it. And we have a lot of nature. We have a very long coastline, so yeah, we have a lot of fresh fish
Yeah.
along the
So
coast. So yeah.
okay, got it. And since you're in Sweden, Sweden and Norway are close together,
Neighbors. Yeah.
neighbors.
So
Yeah.
we're neighboring countries and we
Yeah,
share the border.
to
Yeah.
give people kind of a vision of it, it's like Pennsylvania and Ohio,
Correct.
probably,
Mm-hmm.
or Pennsylvania and West Virginia. So I just want to make sure people got that.
Yeah.
Now, since you're in Sweden, how did you get there?
I flew to Denmark actually.
You flew, okay, because I know trains are pretty popular. So you flew south and then you
uh,
came back up north.
no, so I'm just across the border from Copenhagen in Malmö at the moment, and being on the west coast of Norway. So we do have a train going from Bergen to Oslo,
Okay,
but it goes across a mountain, so it takes about 6 to 7 hours.
okay,
And from there, I would have to go further. So
yeah,
unfortunately, flying is the most effective way to go
okay,
when you just have a weekend.
Right.
okay,
But if you come as a tourist and have more time, it's obviously a different ball game
and yeah, and
to
and and
enjoy the scenery and yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and that's important to know because what we as Americans like to do, and I'm not sure about other people in the world, but when you go to Europe, you normally go around to different countries. I mentioned my wife, Francine Cameron, who will be joining us later live from Paris. That's what they're doing. So they went to London first and they took the train to Paris and they're going a few other places as well. And as I look at
Mhm.
the map also, I know that they're south of you, but she could have took a train ride up to you and you two could have did the show together.
Next time.
Yeah, maybe next time. Um, are you a sports fan?
Honestly, not a very big one, but
No,
obviously following the football World Cup this year
the World Cup.
was a big
Okay,
thing for all of us.
soccer. Okay,
Yes,
yeah,
yeah, soccer. Yeah,
for us. Okay,
yeah,
got you.
Just
All
known
right,
as football around the
football.
world.
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
We play football, so yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You all have it right. Let me just say that. You have it right. All right. So, how can someone that is interested with going to Bergen, Norway, or Norway in general, experience the authentic culture?
I think in general, just walk around and talk to
Mm.
people. Yeah. And obviously you can take part of, so the everyday life is here in the city. So just take part of it and go to the restaurants we go to, and go hiking actually. Quite a lot of Norwegians love hiking. So if you really want to meet the real Norwegians, you often meet them up in the woods or up in the mountains.
Okay.
Yeah, and in Bergen you have 7 mountains surrounding the city.
Wow.
So in just a few minutes you can be up in the mountains. We have a funicular going up to one of the mountains, Mount Fløyen, and we also have a cable car going up to Mount Ulriken, which is the highest one. So
Hmm.
you can easily cheat your way up a mountain, or you can, if you're more sportive, you can walk up yourself.
Got it. Now, Lynn, I'm not sure if if I'm not sure what the adjective is that I need to use, but um, when I think of Norway, I think of Norway dominating a lot in the Olympics, in the
Yeah.
Winter Olympics.
In the winter, yeah, mainly in the
Yeah,
winter.
yeah, and
Yeah.
some of the good teams that I see, it seems like if I can remember, skiing,
Mm.
um, snow, what do you call it?
Yeah. So
Snowboarding,
Mm-hmm.
things
yeah,
like that. So
cross.
how's the skiing in Norway? Is what I'm
Curling.
getting to.
Uh, Skiing in Norway is very good. And in general, we're said to be born with skis.
So
So
I had it right.
definitely
It just wasn't me thinking that way. I
No.
mean, that's
no,
something
no,
you
no.
all are known for,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
So we actually do have so up in the mount in the city center of Bergen, you can actually go skiing sometimes. I've gone skiing, taken the funicular to Mount Fløyen and gone skiing there in the winter, cross-country skiing though.
Okay.
But you can also go to Voss, which is about an hour, just about more than an hour by train from Bergen.
Okay.
So you can easily go skiing there and you can do the after ski back in town.
Yeah. So we have probably about 5 minutes since we got started late. We don't want to get too far behind, and we don't want to keep you too long because I know
That's
we
fine.
know you have things to do. So if you weren't from Norway
Mhm.
and you were planning a vacation, how long would your vacation be, and what are the things that you would make sure that you did?
That's a
So
good
how many
question.
days to go to Norway?
Yes, for
Oh,
vacation.
yeah, well, I think so we have a long country, as I told. So you can easily spend 2 or 3 days just in the center or in the city of Bergen.
Okay.
So at least a week, but then you can
Is that the
only see
capital?
part. No,
Is
Bergen is the second city and
okay.
Oslo is the capital.
Oslo's the
Um,
capital.
yeah. So we have a lot of things to see. So at least a week to see just a proportion of the country, but you can stay weeks if you would like to see both the southern part and also the northern areas.
Okay, so what would you make sure that you did?
Bergen,
I
of
mean,
course. Uh,
everything from maybe some um, special museums that you all have, maybe some different cruises. I'm not sure if your country is a big fish country where fishermen
yeah,
like to
yeah,
fish.
Mm-hmm.
definitely. So Bergen is by the coast and also nearby the fjords. And the fjords is one of the main reasons people visit Bergen, Norway in
The
general,
what
but
now?
also Bergen. The fjords. So it's body of water that kind of goes into the country. So you have high steep mountains surrounding a small narrow body of water.
Okay.
So yeah, so that's one of the main attractions in Norway in general, and Bergen is like the heart of that area. So we have the longest fjord, the Sognefjord, just north of Bergen, and we have the Hardangerfjord just south. So we have a lot of areas you can go on day trips from Bergen. So you can have Bergen as a base and just stay here and experience a lot of areas surrounding on day trips if you don't want to move around yourself. So those trips you do not stay on board, so you don't take your luggage. It's not a traditional cruise. So it's just a few hours and then you go back again to the city.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Mm.
Uh, Rita, you want to summarize it?
Is for me, it sounds like just a wonderful, relaxing uh, place to go. We
Mm.
talked earlier. I had a little conversation with Miss Lynn about the food, the fresh seafood, because it's
Yeah,
the fresh water. Uh,
it's just there. Yeah.
oh my goodness. And to see the mountains. For me, I think seeing Norway in the winter months when there's
Uh-huh.
snow when there's snow on the mountains. For
Yeah.
me, it's just very picturesque. Seeing the buildings along
Mm-hmm.
the waterway, I think it's one of those destinations that may be overlooked.
Okay.
And I think that's something that our listeners should really take a closer look at.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah. And I think in general,
is the main attraction the mountains, the rivers?
So the main attraction is the fjords. So it's the ocean, basically, going into the land. But the main attractions in Bergen is the UNESCO World Heritage Area Bryggen by the waterfront there, and also going to see the view of the city from the mountains, which is amazing. And also we have a fish market where you can get the fresh fish, obviously. So and just walk around. We have a lot of small wooden houses where people live, and so it's a very compact and very nice city center to walk around.
Okay. And what's your currency?
Norwegian kroner, and at the moment it's more or less $1 is 10 Norwegian kroner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that good?
For you, it's good. For us, not so much.
Well, I mean, if you want tourists, right? I mean, that helps, right?
Yeah,
So
definitely.
yeah.
So now is a good time for Americans to come to Norway because of our currency is quite weak. So it's now is a cheaper time to come.
Excellent. Hey,
Works for me.
exactly. The less money we can spend, the better we are. You know, the more we can keep
Definitely.
in our pocket. Now, question for you another question, I should say, before we leave. Have you been to the U.S., and if so, where?
I have been to the US. I've been to quite a lot of the cities. I've been to New York, Washington, D.C., Seattle, LA,
Okay.
San Francisco. So I've been to a lot of the cities, but unfortunately, I haven't been able to see any of the national parks yet. So
Okay.
I hope to come back sometime
Well,
to
make plans
experience
to
that
come
as
to
well.
Pittsburgh.
Will
Make
do.
plans to come to Pittsburgh,
Yeah,
Pennsylvania. Okay.
will do. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a beautiful city, and we would love to host you as well. So if you make your way over, please
fabulous.
let us know.
I'm looking forward to you and Rita taking me around.
Excellent,
Absolutely.
excellent, and Francine to be here as well. All right, so we'll let you go. That was definitely very good information on Bergen, Norway, and again, we're gonna let Linn Kjos Falken go, and we appreciate you being on.
Thank you very much, and have a nice show.
Nice
All
talking
right,
with you,
thank
Lynn.
you.
Take care.
Take care.
Bye.
Okay,
You
bye.
too. Bye.
All right, that was excellent. So, what we'll do now, we'll take a quick break. And when we come back, we'll talk about St. Lucia and we'll have a
Yes.
special guest on.
Looking for a cost-effective way to help increase your company's bottom line? Look no further than Soul Pit Media. With our award-winning print, internet, podcast, and Soul Pit television options, we can help your business get to that next level. For more information, contact Craig Dawson at 412-407-7685. That's 412-407-7685. And let Soul Pit Media take you to that next level.
Business owners thinking about back-to-school promotions and replacing summer flavors with pumpkin? What about your taxes? Reduce your stress and tax liabilities by planning for tax time now with Cameron Professional Services Group. CPSG takes your goals, values, and visions to create a custom tax plan catered specifically to your business. We work closely with you to ensure that as your business grows and goals shift, so will your custom plan. Located in the Hill District in Pittsburgh, PA, CPSG is a CPA and consultant firm, providing services in accounting, auditing, tax planning and preparation, community development, and operational management. Call Cameron Professional Services Group today at 412-251-0607.
Have you had the Beat by Niche experience? Beat by Niche is one of the top makeup artists in the city of Pittsburgh. She's touched the face of Cardi B, love and hip-hop personalities, and various Steeler wives. If you have not sat in her chair, what are you waiting for? Visit beatbyniche.com to schedule your special makeover for all occasions, weddings, graduations, proms, photo ops, and more. Visit beatbyniche.com and experience the touch of excellence.
Looking for a cost-effective way to help increase your company?
Pittsburgh, it's an old school party. Yes, each Saturday we throw it back with some of the best old school music, funk, R&B, old school, rap, hip hop, and all the jams that make you move and dance. Yes, check it out. Each Saturday, right here on Pittsburgh's DSEN. All the old school jams, 6 to 11 p.m.
Pittsburgh, have you seen our Sunday radio schedule? Ooh, it is lit. Start the day off with our Sunday gospel music from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. It will inspire you and have you praising the Lord. Then from 3 to 8 p.m., we bring you Sunday jazz melody for all the jazz lovers. Then cap off the night with the Quiet Storm from 8 to 11 p.m. to hear the best smooth, romantic, and soulful R&B sounds of yesterday and today. All that each Sunday on Pittsburgh's DSEN, the place for soul.
Pittsburgh, it's an old school party. Yes, each Saturday we throw it.
Looking for a cost-effective way to help increase your company's bottom line? Look no further than Soul Pit Media. With our award-winning print, internet, podcast, and Soul Pit television options, we can help your business get to that next level. For more information, contact Craig Dawson at 412-407-7685. That's 412-407-7685. And let Soul Pit Media take you to that next level.
Business owners thinking about back-to-school promotions and replacing summer flavors with pumpkin? What about your taxes? Reduce your stress and tax liabilities by planning for tax time now with Cameron Professional Services Group. CPSG takes your goals, values, and visions to create a custom tax plan catered specifically to your business. We work closely with you to ensure that as your business grows and goals shift, so will your custom plan. Located in the Hill District in Pittsburgh, PA, CPSG is a CPA and consultant firm, providing services in accounting, auditing, tax planning and preparation, community development, and operational management. Call Cameron Professional Services Group today at 412-251-0607.
Have you had the Beat by Niche experience? Beat by Niche is one of the top makeup artists in the city of Pittsburgh. She's touched the face of Cardi B, love and hip-hop personalities, and various Steeler wives. If you have not sat in her chair, what are you waiting for? Visit beatbyniche.com to schedule your special makeover for all occasions, weddings, graduations, proms, photo ops, and more. Visit beatbyniche.com and experience the touch of excellence.
Cameron, sitting in for my wife, Francine Cameron. She is in Paris with our daughter, Kiera Cameron, and Francine will be on for the last segment, which is 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And she'll let you know what's going down in Paris. They're having a ball. But
I'm sure they are.
yeah, for sure. Now, we have a very special guest joining us, and I know he'll have a lot of information to share. And his name is Richard Moss, the Director of Global Sales. How's it going, Richard?
I'm doing fine. How are you, Kevin and Rita?
We are doing excellent.
Yes.
I believe that you can see me, but you can't see Rita, right?
I can't see you, but it's okay.
Oh, you can't see either one of us, huh? Okay.
Not yet.
But
That's okay.
but we saw each other earlier, and
Yes, we did.
we can see you.
Well, Richard, you will hopefully see me soon because before we begin with this program, I just have to put it out there. This has been my dream destination for a couple of decades.
See, you don't even have to sell her on
Oh,
anything. She's ready to go.
I am so ready.
Fantastic. So we'll customize a little bit.
Which
No
Yeah.
worries.
great.
Uh-huh.
All right. So Saint Lucia, tell us a little bit about Saint Lucia, where it's located, and why people should consider Saint Lucia as a travel destination.
So Saint Lucia is the only country in the world named for a woman. And so
Okay.
she's stunningly beautiful.
Yes, it
She's
Okay.
is.
home. You can see her UNESCO World Heritage Site behind me, the Piton Mountains. Oprah says it's one of 5 sites you must experience before you transition,
Yeah,
right?
you're a
And as
smart
Rita
man.
said,
You're throwing
yeah.
Oprah's name around.
Well, listen, I didn't
Uh-huh.
just pick it up from anywhere.
Yeah,
Oprah came
okay.
and
All right.
visited. She
That's
came
a
and
powerful
visited,
source. That's a powerful
yes,
source.
and she experienced it. And one of the things she said, which really struck a chord in us, is that she felt moving around St. Lucia beyond her natural beauty. She really felt a sense of genuineness and in the hospitality that was offered to her. So she walked around. Yes, she greeted a few people, but she didn't feel that pressure that well-known folks around the world are typically subjected to. So that was one thing that really stood out from what she said. But she has experienced us fully over the years.
Excellent, excellent. And you're located, just to
So
let the
we're
people.
located in the southeastern Caribbean. And as Rita mentioned, we really are considered a bucket list destination.
Okay.
Southeastern Caribbean means 3 hours from Miami, 4 hours from New York, 4 hours out of Philadelphia International, which would be some of our closest airlift to your listeners who are in Pittsburgh in particular.
Okay.
But easy to get to, and half of our island sits in the Atlantic Ocean, that's the East Coast, and then the West Coast is the Caribbean Sea. So we really have a little bit of everything, and that's actually a big part of what she has to offer, because for an island that's only 27 miles long and 14 miles wide, she has over 19,000 acres of rainforest, gorgeous beaches. The diving is superb. Lots of hiking, as you would anticipate, because the island is very, very mountainous, very, very green and lush. She's sometimes referred to as the Hawaii of the Caribbean. And that's kind of why a lot of folks from the northeastern US seaboard tend to come to St. Lucia when they're looking for something extra special. If the Caribbean had a beauty pageant, St. Lucia would win all the
Okay.
time.
Excellent,
Uh-huh.
excellent. Now, from a cost standpoint, how's
Uh-huh.
the cost of living, cost of vacationing in St. Lucia?
Well, I think the first thing to mention with that is that she is all about quality experiences.
Hmm.
Definitely, life is about experiences. And we've already learned that we can't take it with us and that life is short. And so, St. Lucia really offers you the opportunity to immerse yourself in really great experiences. St. Lucians, we absolutely love life and we live it fully. I'm already dressed because I'm heading out to a little soiree when I'm done,
Okay.
because we understand the value of leisure time. And so I know I spoke about her beauty earlier, but really and truly, we do have a laid back lifestyle that is just perfect. So, in terms of cost, you really want to manage it. And I'll give you a couple of tips, right? Because timing is very, very important, right? As we see with airfares and all of that, it's
Right.
always important to get that airfare as early as possible. It's never gonna get any lower. Let me be very clear with that, right? All things considered, airfare doesn't typically get lower, but there's such a variety. They're all-inclusive resorts, which means you pay one fee, one cost, and your tips, taxes, etc., are included in that. Or maybe you want to choose to go with, let's say, breakfast included, because maybe you're going to be going out quite a bit. If you're very adventurous, you're going every single day. And then there are other options where you could have breakfast and lunch included. You also could have a standalone villa where the person that checks you in could also be that person that shops for you and says, "Hey, what would you like to have for dinner tonight?" And make that all happen. You also have apartments, there are B&Bs, so there are a variety of ways for you to experience St. Lucia, and it really has to do with your travel style. Once you
Yeah.
tell us that or your travel advisor, then they'll be able to help you navigate that and get you that budget that you need to spend to feel really good about the
Okay.
experience.
Okay. Great.
Mhm.
Now, how can people reach you or someone else if they have travel interest to go to St. Lucia? And
Well,
do you have any special deals that you would like to share with people?
yes. Well, I tell you what, with the St. Lucia Tourism Authority, we work very, very closely with travel advisors all over the world and certainly in your neck of the woods. And we even have a travel advisor section on our website. Can I give the website?
Sure.
It's stlucia.org. So ST for Saint, LUCIA.org. And you can actually find a travel advisor who specializes in St. Lucia on our website,
Okay.
and that
Give it
person
one
will
more
be able
time.
to guide you. So ST as in Saint, LUCIA.org,
Got it.
www.stlucia.org. So you can find a travel advisor there. We also have deals on our website throughout the year. And obviously, summer has ended basically, but it's always summer in St. Lucia, or
Yeah.
temperatures typically about 85 degrees Fahrenheit year round, but you can still find deals there. But I
Okay.
would strongly recommend that you work through a travel advisor or wherever it is that you purchase your travel. But I would always say consult with an expert and book that air as soon as you have the desire to go to St. Lucia, because airfares in the world that we live in, they really do not get cheaper. So if
Yeah.
you're gonna go, book it and hold on to it, and then get an expert to really help you navigate. And of
Okay.
course, my email is available right here on your screen, using this QR code, so I can certainly
Excellent.
connect you as well. Yeah, with
Excellent.
some really great experts. Yeah.
Okay. Great. Great. Now we do a live show. However, the great percentage of our listeners listen to the recording. So once this airs as a recording, if anyone has any questions, please just text those questions in and we'll make sure we get those questions. If we need to forward them on to Richard, we'll forward them on to Richard, or if we can answer them, we'll answer them as well. Now, I'm not sure if you mentioned this, Richard, but what is the best time to visit?
I will say again that the best time is when you have a desire for an experience. Life is a collection of moments.
Okay.
And when you have that urge,
Okay.
like Rita mentioned earlier,
Yeah. Yeah.
that
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
the time.
Okay.
There,
Well,
there is,
you know what? You could kind of push urges off if you need to. So to give you an
okay.
example,
Uh-huh.
I'm not sure if that's a big spring break destination, but for someone like myself that's older, I would try to stay away from that time frame. So that's why I was trying to get a little bit more precise as far as the
All
best
right.
times to visit. I know any time is the best time. Trust me, I know that. But that's what I was getting at. That for the older folk, that might not want to deal with that. Um, yeah, when is that a
Okay.
big popular is that a big
I,
destination
I can,
for spring break?
I I can contextualize it. We're definitely not a spring break
Right.
No.
destination, not
Okay.
at
Okay.
all. However, putting it in context, December, which is festive, the from the second week of December through April tends to be
Okay.
that's winter, that's high season,
Yeah.
and of course there are a couple of U.S. holidays in there. So certainly you can expect um, properties to be a bit busier, but we are not a crowded destination.
Okay.
She's uncrowded.
So you're normally busier December through April
Correct.
is what I
So
heard.
then the period that we're about to enter right now, the fall, is where you will find a lot of great deals
Okay.
with the airlines as well as with the properties as well. So that's a really good tip as well for folks that are planning. The fall tends to be a very, very good time period to when we're a little less busy. But
Got it.
again, we're uncrowded, and as a destination, we're a boutique destination. So a lot of our hotels are 50 keys, 100 keys. The largest hotel literally is
And
450 rooms. So that's
yeah,
the character.
and Richard is getting a little sophisticated with us, so let me break the keys down. The keys per room.
Sorry.
So when you hear 50
Sorry.
when you hear 50 keys, he's talking about 50 rooms.
You're so right. You're so right. Yeah,
All
yeah,
right,
yeah.
excellent,
Absolutely.
excellent. So, Richard, I'm not sure if I told you, but this is my first time doing travel fun and tips. This is my wife,
Ah,
Francine Cameron. This is her program, and she's
of
off
course.
vacationing and everything. And I say all of that to say I'm going to take advantage of co-hosting this show because I normally do a sports show, and
Ah.
I have a lot of bias on that side, and that's why I'm asking you the next question. Golf courses. Okay. Do you have nice golf courses that someone like me could, when I'm there, I could get my golf game on?
Absolutely, we do. So, as the world's leading honeymoon destination, one of the things that we do offer is great golf because obviously, in a honeymoon, you need to have times when you're not necessarily together. So there are two primary golf courses that we have.
Really,
Both of them are
Richard, on your
18.
honeymoon? Not together? Really?
I knew you were going to say that, so I totally expected it. Hello,
Yeah.
this is not.
Okay.
Apparently, this is not a relationship show, but yes, it is. But okay, not to be controversial, we have
Yeah.
two golf courses in
Okay.
St. Lucia. Both are 18 hole. One is Greg Norman designed, and the other is the Pebble Beach of St. Lucia, which is the Point Hardy golf course, which is by the Cabot estate, which is very, very well known in Canada. However, there are six signature holes on the water. So they're losing a lot of golf balls, I must say, but it's
Okay.
such a huge challenge. And then the Greg Norman course I mentioned earlier is managed by Sandals Resorts. So if you are staying with Sandals, then your green fees are already typically included, and they
See,
both
that's good.
courses.
That's good to know.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah,
good tip. Yeah,
yeah,
that's what
yeah,
we like to do on Travel Fun and Tips. Give those
yeah.
good tips.
And you
Yeah.
don't have to travel with everything. They rent
Okay.
everything.
Got it.
from shoes to
Hmm.
clubs, everything. So that's
Now
another tip
I'm
for
gonna
you.
throw it over to Rita because she says she's been waiting on this and one of her dream destinations. Didn't you say
Yes,
that?
yes, it is my number one dream destination. Where I've been looking at is one particular resort, and I know there are
Okay.
some beautiful resorts around the island, but one in particular that stands out in my heart and mind is Ladera. Ladera.
Ladera.
Oh my goodness.
That is where Oprah stayed.
Is
Well,
that right?
Oprah keeps moving over
Yes.
because Rita needs to come
Yeah.
and stay.
Now go
Yes.
ahead, Rita.
Yeah, and it what excited me, and when I tell you I looked at this property maybe about 20 years ago. I'm
Hmm.
just guesstimating. I looked
Hmm.
at one particular room where the unit had three walls. The fourth wall was open, and you have a view of is it the Piton, the mountain,
Correct.
and it is
Correct.
just breathtaking to have your own private pool and to be able to wake up, sit up, and look out and see a mountain. I mean, for me, it
Yes.
doesn't get much better than that. So that's the one place where I'd like to come visit. So, are we doing any senior citizen discounts? I I need to go and stay
So,
there.
so just for additional context, the Pitons,
Yes.
Ladera is located right in between the
Oh my
Pitons, up on
goodness.
a ridge
Yes.
of 1,000 feet, and all their villas and suites
Oh,
have three walls. It's a
oh,
three-walled concept.
oh.
And they all have their own pools, like you mentioned, and they've recently
Yes.
heated the pools because at night, we got that feedback from the guests that they'd love to have the pool heated. So when they're stargazing and Kevin looking in each other's eyes,
Okay.
yes,
All right.
then they can have the warmth, as if
Got it.
they're in the Caribbean Sea. And this is like a clifftop resort, a very Amalfi Coast sort of experience. And
Yeah.
then, of course, the beaches down below,
Right.
at Sugar Beach Viceroy Resort. Now, it's butler level service, and they have some amazing amenities. And the resort literally is stretched across a ridge, so everybody gets that same ocean view. And there's a wine cellar. The dining
Yes.
is phenomenal,
Mm-hmm.
and really, you made a good. You have taste, Rito. You
Thank
have
you.
taste.
And
You
let me
really
say
have
this
taste.
too. I just got a text that my mic is low has. So I'm not sure if you're getting it on your end as well. So if I could be turned up a little bit, because people need to hear me. I can't I can't be on and people don't hear me. All right.
But
So
yes.
Rita.
Uh, it, it- it's just it's divine. And so I've been to
Yes,
St. Lucia, but just via cruises. But I want to come and stay for several days. I know
perfect.
there are different festivals, like the jazz
Yes,
festival, and
yes.
is there a chocolate festival or
There
something?
sure is. And I want to give you that tip, by the way, Rita, because
Hmm.
if you stay at Ladera, right across the street is the Chocolate Hotel
Okay.
Wow.
and Project Chocolat, as it's
Yes.
called,
Okay.
Project Chocolate, where you
Uh-huh.
can walk the cocoa groves because we've been growing cocoa for well over 300 years and it's organic, some of the world's best. And you can literally make your own chocolate bars as a ultimate souvenir. And then there's a full
Mm,
lunch that includes like every course is elements of the cacao.
wow.
So cocoa nachos, cocoa bear, all these sorts of things. So don't forget that when you do stay at Ladera. So onto your
Okay.
other query though, we do have lots of festivals and
Yes.
we're well known for the Saint Lucia Jazz and Arts Festival.
Yes.
It's 34 years. This year we celebrated. We had Brandy and Monica,
And that was in
and
Why didn't
October.
they
I know about that?
no,
Two
but
of my favorites.
excuse
When
me,
was it? When
yes.
was it?
And this, so it's at the Pigeon Island National Landmark, as it was when it first started in the 90s. And let me tell you, everybody who's anybody has performed on that. The late
Hmm.
Luther Vandross,
Okay.
Rochelle Farrell,
Yeah.
Shaggy, Sting, everybody,
Okay.
anybody at all. I
Cool.
mean, James Ingram, everybody has performed on it.
Cool. So when is it?
It's May. It's in May every year.
And what's the name of
And
it?
Saint Lucia Jazz
Yes.
and Arts Festival, right?
Uh-huh.
And it's every year leading up to that Mother's Day weekend. So it becomes a really great gift for mom. And of course, it's a whole lifestyle festival. So
Okay.
it's all the foods and flavors. Because what I
Yeah.
haven't told you about St. Lucia yet, I know you're going to be hearing about Paris and France later,
Uh-huh.
but St. Lucia is the destination that has a very unique culture. So in our melting pot is
Right.
Strong African influences,
Okay.
East Indian influences,
Okay.
Amerindian influences,
Okay.
French and British influences, all
Cool.
creolized. So very
Cool.
similar to a New
Got it.
Orleans
Mm-hmm.
kind of situation. But you will see this on full display, and you're able to taste all of these flavors, indigenous flavors,
Yes.
at our
Sounds
resorts,
good.
but out and about,
So
which is
check this
also a
out,
great way.
Richard.
Mhm.
This year we started a trip for our station, Pittsburgh's DSEN, and we're doing a cruise. And I guess we won't be too far away. We're actually doing a cruise November 7th through the 14th on what's the name of the ship?
The Royal Caribbean.
Royal Caribbean Icon of the Seas. We don't stop there
No,
at that
no.
location, right?
No.
But for 2027, we need to consider this going to St. Lucia.
Oh, it's already considered in that
And
book
no, I'm saying for
for
the
the cruise.
station,
Yeah.
we need to consider it and making this jazz and arts festival and actually broadcasting live from St. Lucia.
Yeah.
So that's something we will talk about, Richard.
Yeah.
Amazing.
But
And there's a Creole festival as well, is there not? I think.
There is in October,
See?
and then there's
See.
and Carnival in July. So
Yes.
all of those Creole dishes get really placed on Front Street. Not that we hide them during the year, but it's like it's a whole world of flavor then. I mean, things like the St. Lucian black pudding. I would say if it is you're cruising into St. Lucia, one of the best values, and this is proof of that African retention that we have. Market Day, the Castries Market, which has been voted one of the best open markets in the world by National Geographic. It's a great option to just walk and experience our local flavors, organic fruit and veg. And obviously, if you want to try some of our local dishes, that's amazing. And then you can walk across to the Derek Walcott Square. Derek Walcott is one of our most famous sons who won the Nobel Prize for literature, I should say, including his poetry. Oprah loves to recite one of them, actually. And we do have another Nobel laureate. But then the other thing I need to tell you is we have the Caribbean's largest church. So similarly to you in Pittsburgh, where you have the Cathedral of Learning, we have the largest church in the Caribbean. And as you go in, you are experiencing the majesty of these murals painted in the image of our people, including the Black Madonna. So really an amazing kind of experience, even if you're coming in on a cruise ship. So that's another tip for you. The Castries Market, don't miss that. Derek Walcott Square and the Castries Cathedral, all in a very short walking distance.
Excellent. And just to let everyone know, because Richard, like I said, the majority of our audience listens to the recording, but when you threw out the Cathedral of Learning, everyone isn't aware of that. So that is here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, on the campus of the University of Pittsburgh. Okay?
One important question that I have is I know that St. Lucia is known for honeymoon destinations, but for those of us who are single, a lot of single women wanting to travel.
I would never tell you we're everything to everyone, but we have so many options. We've just managed, I think, because we're a boutique destination and a lot of our adult-only resorts really cater to you. I can guarantee you that a solo traveler has a lot in store and a lot of options as well. We even have a resort, which is a wellness resort, been around for 35 years. Their promise to you is give us your body for a week and we'll give you back your mind. They have the
Wow.
largest spa in the
Wow. That's deep.
Caribbean.
That's
It sure
deep.
is. It sure
Yeah.
is. And they have the largest spa in the Caribbean. And for every day that you're there, they offer you a free spa treatment. They have
Mm-hmm.
over 50 activities. This is outside the spa now. Over 50 activities, yoga, tai chi, da 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 da, archery, lots of things.
Mm-hmm.
But you can do nothing. But they also have rooms for solo travelers, and they introduce the solo travelers at night, and you at a mixer, and you even have the option to eat on the communal table. But many of our adult only resorts do also have areas which are perfect for solo travelers. And some of our family resorts will have areas that are only for adults. So
Right.
a solo traveler can have a really good time. The honeymoon destination, I mean, that's not the whole story.
Right.
That's just something we're well known for.
Yes.
And
Okay.
we're proud of it.
Now, once you're on the island, is there a particular route just from a vehicle standpoint? Is there a particular road where it's so scenic that you have to take a drive somewhere?
Well, you know what? There are many, many options, I would say.
Okay.
I think the West Coast is absolutely stunning. But remember, for us, it's different strokes for different folks.
Yeah.
We do have a helicopter transfer that could take you from the airport. You
Okay.
could do a luxury car transfer. You could do the bus if you like. And we also have water taxis and a boutique ferry where you're sailing from the airport. You see the pitons go by as you're having your piton bear or your bubbly, your
Yeah.
prosecco, whatever your drink
Yeah.
is, and then you sail to our marina and then head to your resort. So there are many, many options, but I would say the West Coast is that route
Okay. Got
along the
you.
coast
Yeah.
because it's
Because,
coastal, but you're also seeing her from the water,
yeah.
and that's really charming.
One of the reasons I asked too here in the U.S. Going from one of my favorite drives is going from L.A. to San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
You
That's
Ooh,
one of
know,
my favorites as well.
yeah, yeah.
me too, me too. I've done that in
Okay.
a limo, not to
Uh-huh.
brag.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah, very
All
nice.
right. Now,
Very nice.
what can you do to actually experience the authentic culture of St. Lucia?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, the Castries market is a really good option. But in our communities, and I will say the character of St. Lucia's tourism is not a hotel-based one. Yes, we do have some iconic hotels of the world that are constantly on the top lists, whether it's
Uh-huh.
the magazines, etc. I won't name them. However, the nature of our tourism and the way we're developing it is at the community level. And that's from a position of sustainability, both in terms of keeping traditions rooted in the communities, but also ensuring that the economic benefits benefit the community and the people that are from here and that live here. And so a lot of our government has actually put in place a community tourism agency, and that has been responsible for creating and curating experiences that are very, very varied and right across the destination. You'll find in St. Lucia that we're not a country that has designated areas for visitors. We invite you to explore. The one tip I can give you that is really different from everywhere else is every single Friday night, except Good Friday, we have some morals about us. Every
Okay.
Friday,
That's good to
there
know.
is the world's longest running street party. It's at
Uh-huh.
Groseilliers. Groseilliers is one of our villages. It's a fishing village, and let me tell you, you walk in at 6 in the evening. Most
Okay.
of our visitors from the hotels, they don't even have dinner at the hotel. They'll come and they'll go like to Duke's, and they'll sit down and they'll have the authentic grilled fish with the
Yeah.
garlic sauce. They'll have the
Okay.
lobster, which is in season, the lubby, as we call it, or conch. Again, grilled to perfection, charred
Mm.
octopus. So amazing. We're surrounded by the
How is
sea, so
octopus?
it's really good. You know what?
I've
It
never had
it
it.
has that chew that you
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
expect from shellfish,
Okay.
But obviously the magic is in the seasonings, the flavors, and
Okay.
also you have to have the char. That
Is
that
that right?
little bit of char from the grill that just really makes it decadent and
Richard,
succulent.
I had to back away from my mic for a bit. I'm just ready to start drooling. This sounds wonderful. Could you
And
just
I
spell
didn't get
out
to the
the?
party yet. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
How
that's
is
just
it?
the street food.
Yes, how is it spelled? This part is it? You said
Okay, so
Grosseles?
you can say Friday night jump up, you can say Friday night street party, or
Okay.
you say Groselet, which is Gros,
Mm-hmm.
and then the second part of the name is Islet, so it's French, so Ile. And
Ile.
a lot of the
Groselet.
place names in Saint Lucia are French, yeah,
Yes.
because of our heritage, yeah. So Groselet. So you start out with your street food, and they do a little sing along at the beginning, So Sweet Caroline, pop
Okay.
up, and
All
then
right.
they get into the top 40 hits. And
Uh-huh.
then it gets very, very ethnic as the night progresses with our
Okay.
Okay.
carnival music and the
Okay.
reggae and the dance hall and the zouk and all the other stuff. By the way, Martinique, as we talked about, you talking with your wife about Paris later on, Martinique is 30 miles from St. Lucia to the north, and it's literally a domestic flight on Air France from Paris. So that's
Wow.
that's something to bear
Wow.
in mind as well, because not like your audience is in Paris, but the bottom line is you can literally access us through there through a series of ferries
Right.
as well. But
Yeah.
that
Well,
street, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, just to make you aware from a audience perspective, since we are worldwide, we do have
Ah,
someone from at least 90 countries that listen to our radio station. So, yeah, we have
always.
to give the full information to make sure that no matter where you are, it's relevant to you. Yeah,
Right.
to
And
to the
and people are
listener or
living
watcher.
everywhere. People
What's
are
that?
living. People are living very differently these days. They'll spend a few months here, half a year
Definitely.
there. So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
we're all
So we
nomadic.
so we have like 2 or 3 minutes left. And
Yes.
thank you for being on, Richard. We really appreciate you. Okay. Do you have
Thank you.
anything else before we let you go? Anything we
So
didn't mention?
I think the thing is to plan your trip early, engage a travel expert, and just really figure out if she's right for you. I mean, there's such a variety of experiences. We mentioned the chocolate. By the way, there are chocolate infused massages.
Yes.
So I think maybe that's one of the reasons folks love us for romance as well. But there is also lots of wellness on offer. A big thing for a lot of people these days, beyond just hiking and nature walks, is forest bathing, which is you're getting those positive ions from just being out in nature.
Got
And
it.
Saint Lucia really is captivating. She's a time
Yeah.
capsule of natural beauty and wonders. I mean, literally, remember I told you 27 miles by 14 miles wide, and there are six birds that are found here and nowhere else in the world. So,
Wow.
really and truly, St. Lucia is going to send you home with a lot of
Wow.
stories, a lot of
Excellent.
great memories, and that's
Excellent.
what travel should do.
Excellent. Last thing, I just have one last question, and Rita, you might know this.
Okay.
Where was the movie How Stella Got Her Groove Back?
Oh, that was in Jamaica.
That was in Jamaica.
Jamaica.
Okay. I
Uh-huh.
just
But
in
I'm
any
going to make my movie in St. Lucia.
okay, all
Hey!
right. Any popular
Rita does
movies
St.
made at
Lucia.
St. Lucia before we let you go?
Lots of them. Correct,
Which
correct. We've
one?
had a few as well.
Had a few of them as
Super
well.
Superman 2.
Hmm.
Um,
Glad I
there
asked.
have been
Wow.
quite a few Pirates of the Caribbean as
That's
well.
right. That's
Okay.
right.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
But more than that, in more recent times, a lot of reality shows,
Yes.
including The Bachelor,
Yeah.
including
Yes.
Real Housewives
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
of Beverly Hills.
Okay.
Bose was here recently. So some really, really good. Oh, Below Deck as well, for those that like the sailing. I don't know why I like that show, but we love to watch work drama.
Yeah.
But
Excellent.
because she has such a great backdrop, St. Lucia is just
Beautiful.
perfect
Great.
for
All right.
filming,
So we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Richard Moss talking
Richard.
about
Mm.
St. Lucia. He
Thank
gave
you.
a lot of information. So, again, if you watch the recording and you have questions, please text us. We'll make sure the information gets to Richard, or we'll answer if we can directly. And Richard, please take care. And excuse me, again,
Thank you.
thank you for being on our show.
Thank you for making
Thank
my day,
you.
Richard.
All
I'm
right.
saving a mango for you, Rita.
Are you
So when
really?
you come,
I'm coming.
All right. Take care.
thank you so
All
much.
right.
Thank you.
You too.
Yep.
Blessings.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Ah, that was great.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, he had me fired up and ready to go to St. Lucia. And like I said, we need to think about that Jazz and Arts Festival
Yes.
coming up in May this year. Excuse me, 1 minute.
Yes. Everything I've heard about, especially the Jazz Festival, nothing but great, great things heard about that. But these resorts that they have on the island, magnificent.
Yeah. And I'm just looking for the cue with the ad so we can go ahead and take the break, because I don't see the ad on the screen that is ready. But as soon as I see that, we can go ahead and go to break. And when we come back, we will be live from Paris, with my wife, Francine Cameron. She'll let us know everything that is going on over in Paris. So we'll do that when we return.
Looking for a cost-effective way to help increase your company's bottom line? Look no further than Soul Pit Media. With our award-winning print, internet, podcast, and Soul Pit television options, we can help your business get to that next level. For more information, contact Craig Dawson at 412-407-7685. That's 412-407-7685. And let Soul Pit Media take you to that next level.
Business owners thinking about back-to-school promotions and replacing summer flavors with pumpkin? What about your taxes? Reduce your stress and tax liabilities by planning for tax time now with Cameron Professional Services Group. CPSG takes your goals, values, and visions to create a custom tax plan catered specifically to your business. We work closely with you to ensure that as your business grows and goals shift, so will your custom plan. Located in the Hill District in Pittsburgh, PA, CPSG is a CPA and consultant firm, providing services in accounting, auditing, tax planning and preparation, community development, and operational management. Call Cameron Professional Services Group today at 412-251-0607.
Have you had the Beat by Niche experience? Beat by Niche is one of the top makeup artists in the city of Pittsburgh. She's touched the face of Cardi B, Love and Hip Hop personalities, and various Steeler wives. If you have not sat in her chair, what are you waiting for? Visit beatbyniche.com to schedule your special makeover for all occasions: weddings, graduations, proms, photo ops, and more. Visit beatbyniche.com and experience the touch of excellence.
called Talking Travel with the co-host Rita Gregory, and Nichelle Downing is out today. And my wife, Francine Cameron, she's out today too, but she will be joining us here in a minute, live from Paris,
From
France.
where?
Paris,
Oh, oh,
France.
oh.
Yes,
So she
indeed.
left us here.
She did. She did. And I hear her, and we just need to get her video up, and we'll be off and running as well. And I'll wait on Heads and production to get things ready. So just hold tight 1 minute, Francine. If you
All
missed
right.
if you missed any of the show, let me just give you a rundown of what we've been talking about. We've been talking about Bergen,
Bergen. Yeah,
is it
Bergen.
Bergen?
Bergen.
Bergen, Norway. And we had a special guest, Linn Kjos Falkenberg, and she was on for the first segment. So if you missed that, you could go to the first segment and check that out. That's the first 20 to 30 minutes. And we just got done talking to Richard Moss about St. Lucia. And Rita, she's so fired up.
I know.
If she could go tonight, she would go tonight.
I just might try.
Yeah, so I think we're ready for Francine. I'm not sure if we have a good picture. Your picture looks a little odd with that background that you have. It looks like half
Let
of your head is cut off. So yeah, let's get he switched that over. Switch that back, Has. We can't
well,
have
that
her
might
on
be
like
on my
that.
side.
I think it is
That
on
might
your
be on my
side.
side.
Yeah, so we'll
Kevin.
wait until we get your video going. But
All
we can
right.
still talk to you as you do that.
All right.
Hello, Francine.
Hello, hello. How are you guys doing?
We're doing excellent. We're doing excellent.
Mhm.
So
It I'm sorry.
as
Let me take a step back. Let me take a step back.
okay.
Bonjour
Bonjour.
from Paris.
Okay, from Paris.
Comment allez-vous,
Uh-oh.
Francine?
uh
Excellent. Excellent.
yes,
And now
yes, yes,
you all
yes.
got there, you flew into London Wednesday morning,
That's
and
correct.
and you took
That's correct.
a train from London to Paris, right?
Nice,
Or
nice.
Paris,
That's correct. The we actually took the Eurostar
the Eurostar.
from London to Paris. Very nice. About a 2 hour train ride,
A
and
fast
it
train
was,
ride. Fast.
Nice.
excuse me, yeah,
A
yes,
fast.
2 hour speed. They called it a speed rail.
Okay.
Speed rail, and it was easy breezy. But I will tell you, when you are traveling
And we have your
in
video up
Europe,
now, so we're good.
we're good. Okay. When you are traveling in Europe, what I would suggest is make sure you have some great shoes on,
Mhm.
your tennis shoes, sneakers, whatever you call them, or some type of walking shoe, because there is a lot of walking to do in Europe, in, London, in Paris and surrounding cities. And that's the way that you really want to be able to see the various cities. So you're either going to be on a train, you're going to be on a bus, and I think it's more tourists that are jumping in Ubers, or those type of transportation. But for the Europeans, they do a lot of walking. So I have truly got my steps in yesterday, got close to 18,000. And today, I'm already over 10,000. I'm probably closer to 12,000, and we're not done yet. We're not
Now,
done yet.
hold on now. We're telling people that you'll be joining us live from Paris, and you have that little fake background behind you. So I'm not sure
Well,
what you. Hold on, I'm not sure what you're doing. Are you at the hotel?
we are at the hotel because it was kind of sprinkling. It's been raining off and on
Okay, and
since we've gotten here.
what system are you on, or what device?
My computer.
You're using your computer. Okay.
Yes.
Well, I mean, you could have
Yes.
took your phone outside, let people see a little bit of the outside. I think we have a video though. We're going to try to show to give people, a little bit of what's going down in Paris. So far, tell everybody what you've experienced in Paris, what you liked about it, and if you would recommend it.
You know what? It has been a fantastic experience. This is my first time in Paris. And what you see on television is right on point. I mean, we just came from the Chateau de
From the Archbishop's Palace to
Versailles,
Memorial Point for
Hold
and
on the video, has. Please wait on my cue. Okay,
okay.
go ahead, Francine.
So Chateau de Versailles. So I'm not saying it exactly right, but it is a huge
I hear Tierra in the
castle.
background correcting.
Yes, because she's correcting my my French that is not too good. But
Okay.
it is a huge castle that was really created by Louis the 14th. And I tell you, Mr. Louis the 14th had a humongous ego. I mean, as big as the world. I mean, his ego was so big. He actually let certain people, if you were one of the chosen ones, you were able to come into his bedroom and watch him wake up. And then if you were chosen, you would also get a chance to watch him go to sleep. So it was 2-part ceremony. In the morning when he rose, and in the evening when he went to sleep.
Louis Lou.
And Louis Lou was something, Louis Lou the 14th. And he called himself the son of the god, something like that. It's something with
Okay.
with the sunlight
Yeah.
and
Yeah. But
and so what he actually did is he had his bedroom built so that when the sun rose, he would wake up and you could see him. And then when the sun went down, you could be there and watch him go to sleep. So he had a huge ego. It's amazing some of the things that I learned about him today.
okay.
But
So
you have a video?
So you're saying that something was a little off about him is what you were saying for him to do that.
Well, let me just show you. You can make a determination if you want. So you know how you see the cuckoo clocks?
Yeah.
And every hour they come out. Well,
Right.
Louis decided instead of having a bird come out,
Mhm.
when the clock chimed, it was him. Little
Okay.
figurines of him
Okay.
would come out of the clock.
Okay.
You know, so Louis
Got
did a whole lot of stuff.
Well,
Louis did a
one of
whole
the
lot of
reasons
stuff.
I asked as well, I'm not, yeah, that's troublesome, right? But I also wonder about the people who actually
Yeah.
partook.
But that's
You
not
know, the
unusual.
people that showed up to see him
Mhm.
wake up, and the people that showed up to see him go to bed. I worry about those people, or
Right.
I would have worried about those people.
But you know what, Francine, that cuckoo clock thing is not unusual. In fact, in Prague, people converge on the town square
Yeah.
and look up at the tower.
Uh-huh.
And at 12 noon, watch
Uh,
this little figure
yeah.
come out
Uh-huh.
and go back in.
But it's fake, right?
It's fake, but
Yeah.
still, just to have this character, just like with him,
Yeah.
with Louis,
Yeah.
having this wooden figure come out.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you get the cuckoo,
Wow.
Lulu the cuckoo.
And they
Yeah.
might
Okay.
and they might have got it from Louis. I mean,
Right.
you
All
just
right.
never
Well,
know.
let's do this.
Interesting.
Louis
Let's
was
see if we
ahead of
could.
his time.
Let's see if we could watch this video of one of the places you've been there in Paris, and we'll talk about it after the video.
From the Archbishop's Palace to its Memorial Point for victims of the 1940-45 war. Supportive.
Okay, that was a quick video there, and that was one of the videos that you sent us, Francine, of a large building, if you could explain what that large building was. The video was probably only about 8 seconds long. Do you know what building that was that you all were outside? Sounded like someone was speaking French as well.
Well, everybody, everybody speaking French here, including our daughter Kiara, and I just point and say what she said is what I do. I'm not sure what video you played because I couldn't see it, but definitely one of the videos I took was of Versailles, and the building is magnificent. When you see it, there's a
It
huge
looked like a
gold.
big government building, the one I'm referring to. That was on.
Okay, so I'm being told it was probably another. So the video that you showed is actually when we took a riverboat tour,
Yes.
and we got a chance to go up and down the various parts of the river, and we were actually seeing various architectural wonders. Really, the architect here in Paris is just phenomenal. The building structure, the detail of all of the different buildings that we were seeing. Some were actually hotels, some were homes, some were office buildings, but they're right off of the river. And we were on a tour, a river tour cruise for about an hour and a half. And hopefully, Kevin, you'll be able to show a couple other pictures and as well as the Eiffel Tower. So when we were on the cruise, and this was just yesterday, last night, the Eiffel Tower actually lit up. So every hour, starting at, I guess when the sun goes down, they start lighting the Eiffel Tower for 5 minutes on the hour. And so as we were coming back from our cruise, it was about 9 o'clock, and the
Okay.
Eiffel Tower just lit up. And that was the first time that I ever saw the Eiffel Tower outside of a movie or in a picture. And it is spectacular.
Beautiful, huh?
Yes, it really is.
It
Okay.
is
And
spectacular.
I tell you what, has in our production room, has if you could bring, if you could, I just put it on YouTube as well. If you could bring that video that I just uploaded, and once I see it up on the screen, I'll know that we're ready to go. And the video I'm referring to, Francine, is the one you all were in, where they have the big ballroom, the what do you call it? France, the top government person. Is it the president or? And the audio's coming through too. Has what location
Yes.
was that?
So that was Versailles again. That ballroom, interesting enough, is a ballroom that Louis XIV created. It was used just to bring in, folks that he deemed that they were worthy
Well,
to
don't
come
tell
to the
everything
ball.
because when we play the video,
Okay,
you're
I could
given
talk about it on the other.
well, I'm saying you give a narrative on the video once we
Okay,
have the
sure.
video up and running.
Okay, all
Um,
right, I got
I
it.
just couldn't remember the name of the place that you were at. And how's the before we get to the video, how's the weather?
You know what? It's been raining, then the sun comes out. So the sun was out, then it would rain, then it would go overcast, then the sun would come out again. We actually were supposed to do the riverboat cruise. We were actually supposed to do that on Wednesday, and we actually delayed it because the weather was so bad. It was raining, we had thunderstorms, and that all happened in the evening because during the day it was nice.
Okay.
Temperature wise, I would say when we wake up, first getting out, it's in the 60s. And then as the day progresses, it gets into the 70s. But then,
Okay.
as it gets later, it drops back down to the 60s.
And I would think this is a good
So,
time to be over there as well, given that us over here in the United States, this is the time for everybody to go to school. So I know a lot of people like to take their summer vacations and go to Europe, and you don't have to deal with as much traffic, I would think.
Yeah, it's still, I would say, still very busy. I mean, we've met people from around the world here. You know, we were on another tour and we met folks from New Zealand. Of course, we met folks London, Portugal, Brazil. I mean, you have people coming from all over the world to
Sure.
Paris,
Sure.
you
All
know.
right. So we have your video queued up, and let's watch your video, and we'll talk about it after it shows.
This is the mirror.
The Hall of
This is
Mirrors.
the Hall of Mirrors, and there's over 350 mirrors, and the way that they have the pattern is the same as the windows on this side. And this is where the king would actually have balls. Until this day, actually 4 weeks ago, Macron, the current president, prime minister of France, actually hosted another president. And so this is still used as a ballroom.
All right. So there you go. You want to provide a little bit more information?
Yeah, so the ballroom that we were in again was at Versailles, and that is a ballroom that is currently active. So a couple of weeks ago, I believe, um, President Macron actually hosted our president there. And so in the video, I said
You
a
should just
president. I
say
didn't really,
he hosts some people there. That would have been good
yeah,
enough.
well,
That would have
that is
sufficed.
actually that's actually what I said in the video. And so that room there has on the left-hand side, it has over 350 pieces of mirrors. And the mirrors are in the same shape as the windows on the opposite side. And so again, Louis XIV, when he would decide that he was going to have a ball, he would invite people there. And it's just a magnificent room. I mean, it has from the very first part of the room, the beginning of the room, all the way to the end, just beautiful chandeliers. And the room has the original tapestries, original paintings, marble, just a beautiful glass. And so while we were there, they actually opened several of the windows and you just got that fresh air coming through, and it was just magnificent. But the chateau itself is just beautiful. You know, I hope you get a chance to see the pictures even from the outside, Rita. The gold and the blue, and it has a huge gate that is just the patterns in it are just significant. And I know I keep talking about Louis XIV because he was actually the creator of the Chateau of Versailles, and it's within a city. And a portion of the chateau is part of what you would say the museum, and then the other part is public land for the city. And so it just the magnificence of the building, and just if you're someone who loves architect and you love history, I mean, you'll just be in heaven going into that castle, that chateau. It is spectacular.
You know,
And
Paris
believe it or not,
alone
when
is
we
that way. I'm sorry, Francine. I'm
believe
just
it or
saying that
not, when
Paris
we
alone. Mhm.
oh, absolutely. Everywhere you go, just the beauty, just the beauty of the city. It's been it's been a great visit for me for sure. And I would
That's awesome.
recommend, I would recommend people coming to Paris and going to both areas actually.
Okay,
Both
so
areas
what
actually.
else is planned for the rest of the week?
So for the rest of the week, we have more touring that we're going to do. Our daughter Kiera actually has friends here that live
Tour
here, and
where?
we're gonna.
Tour. I'm trying to get the locations. What are you all doing? So you're gonna do a tour. Tour what?
Well, there's other cities that are close that we're going to tour. We're actually going to be going to Brussels.
Okay.
We're going to go to, so we're going to actually have to catch a train once again. Brussels is going to be a high-speed train, a couple hours away. So we're going to actually be in a totally different country in about 2 days. Tomorrow, we're going to kind of have a day to walk around Paris a little bit more, go to some of the local markets. Let me just take a step back though. When we first went to London, we actually went to see the Phantom of the Opera, in London. So we went to the Opera House, and we'll probably, and I mean, that was fantastic as well. So London is a great city. Paris is a fantastic city. We'll probably try to go to another play while we're here, but we're definitely going to Brussels in a couple of days. And I'm at the point now that I need a day of rest. Yeah, a day of rest, because
Yeah.
there's just so much to do, from looking at the gardens to, going to musical events to walking around the city. I don't know if you got a chance to show the Eiffel Tower yet, but I would just like to, highlight that as well. So if we have time to show the Eiffel Tower, that would be fantastic as well.
There's
Yeah, I'll
something.
check with Has to see if we have that available.
And Francine, did you make a point of possibly make sure that you get to see Notre Dame and also the Louvre?
Oh, so the Louvre, we went to the Louvre yesterday. Thank you, Rita, for that. And the Louvre, what's interesting about that is when you go to it, it's so big. It's the second largest museum in the world. We just found out that in Egypt, they have the largest, and that's only been open, less than a year, right? So the Louvre is this huge museum that actually started out as a fortress. So it was for war and to keep France safe. And so over time, Louis XIV, again, he expanded it. And when you go to the Louvre, you'll see this huge triangle on the outside. And you go down, the museum is underground. And they have something like, oh my goodness, I'm probably going to get this wrong, but they had the largest number of artifacts, paintings, figure statues in the world.
Yes.
The Louvre is also famous for, unfortunately, they just got robbed again.
Yes.
Again.
And we were, again, they've been robbed a number of times. And this last time that when they got robbed last year is the heisters, they actually stole the Queen's jewels.
Right.
And so when we were over in Versailles, we actually saw the dress with the jewels that they actually stole. So the Louvre, yeah, they've been robbed a couple of times. And the Louvre is so big. We went on a tour again. And if you wanted to see the whole Louvre, you would actually need 96 hours. So 96 hours with no sleep, no bathroom rest, no eating to be able to see the whole thing. So a lot of people think that you can go to the Louvre and you'll be able to see it in a day.
So
Absolutely
let me
not.
see, based on what you said, 96 hours, and if I'm just going to give you a lunch, okay? So 7 hours.
A lunch,
So
7 hours.
yeah,
Okay, that's
yeah. So you're saying it'll take 14 straight days. Is that right? No.
No. It's
You
24 hours
no.
a day.
Yeah, but I'm saying
Yes,
7
wait.
hours a day.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant.
Oh,
like
you're only going to
6
let
hours.
people go through the Louvre 7 hours?
Yeah.
7 hours a day?
That's one corner.
We were there longer than that.
If you do,
I mean,
that's about. Let me make sure my math is right.
well, okay, if you're only going to let people
Yeah,
go
that's
to the
right.
Louvre and
A
walk
little bit
around
more than
7,
7 days.
okay, but people don't really stay, I mean, people stay there all day. I mean, because it's massive. I mean, I took pictures of one of the great Sphinx. You know, if you look at that, I mean, it just has, the French really love Greek and Roman mythology. And so there's whole areas where you have Venus, the, what is she, the queen of love, the goddess of
I thought you were
love.
talking about Venus Williams.
Oh, no. This is the Venus. This is the
Okay, all
Venus,
right.
right?
I
Venus
got
So they
you.
have all these, they have all these gods, and what was interesting is there's a picture of Louis, and he's looking real statuesque, and looking the man, and they said, what the French always wanted to do is look like the god. So they would always do paintings where you look like that god, the six pack and all that. But it was interesting being in that area because all the statues, don't have any clothes on. So everything's showing.
Okay.
And I
So,
was like, okay.
so
But,
we'll
they,
continue probably 10 more minutes on the show since we got
okay,
started
okay,
a little late.
right,
We don't have
okay,
the pictures to show live, but what we'll do,
okay,
we'll post them to YouTube.
all right.
So hopefully those out there are YouTube subscribers. Even if you're not, after the show, we'll make sure we post those pictures and you'll have the opportunity to go look at the beautiful pictures that were sent over to us. In
Mhm.
addition to that, we'll provide some information on the post as well.
And let me just say one other thing about the
Mm-hmm.
Louvre. Even, when I kind of started out talking about, you'll do a lot of walking. Even when you go to the exhibits or when you go to the Louvre itself, there's a lot of walking to get there because it's almost like if you were in Pittsburgh and you were down on Stanwyck Street and you had to get up to Grant Street
Mm-hmm.
to get to the Louvre, so there's a lot of walking to get there.
Right.
And then you
Okay.
have to think about it. It's a museum, it's older. So it's a lot of steps, you're walking through a lot of steps, a lot of pathways. But what a sight to see. I
So
mean, it's
it,
like
it,
no
it
other.
so it takes a while to get there, you're saying, and then once you get there, there's a lot of walking.
Absolutely. That's why
Every
I
time you
have,
turn around, it gets robbed.
yeah, it's been robbed a number of times, and this
Doesn't
last
make
time
any
is
sense.
ridiculous that they just came in through one of the windows. So
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
All right. So,
Hmm.
you know how travel funding tips work.
I do.
We have to talk about budget. I mean, I haven't looked at our credit card statement
Uh-oh.
lately. But how can people do it and save a little bit of money?
Well, I say one thing is planning. And if you plan in terms of when to come, stay away from the touristy time frame because everything's going to be more expensive.
Right.
I would also say for the various venues that you do want to see,
Hmm.
go out there and see what deals they have. I would suggest, if you can put it in your budget, to do tours. Like there's so much that you learn on a tour, and there was so much that I learned on a tour about the Louvre. There's so much on the Château, that I learned that when you're just walking through, you miss all that. So we did 2 guided tours. And even when we went on the river cruise, it again was a tour. And that was interesting because it was in multiple languages. So they would talk in English, then they would go to Chinese, then they would go to French, and then they would go to Italian. It was crazy. It was like listening to, 10 different languages. And I mean, that was, incredible because I've never been on a tour like that. But, you're sitting next to people or you're interacting people that are coming from all these different countries as well. So, on a budget, Kevin, I would definitely say um, that's why you want to be able to do the walking. You want to be able to get on the train. You want to be able to get on the bus. And
So
That's an
no
experience
no
too.
Ubers or Lyfts or anything. Stay away from them.
Well,
Taxis.
I would because
Okay.
it's going to be more expensive.
Okay.
And, I'm not good with the trains and the buses,
Hmm.
but Miss Kiera is phenomenal with that. So if you can learn the train system, the bus system,
Mhm.
then you can save a lot of money
Right, because
versus,
it's easy to get
Uber.
around. It's easy to get around the city. I taken the bus, the the regular bus in the city to go from one section to another. And it's also
Hmm.
a
Hmm.
wonderful city just to walk, to look at the architecture, to look at the
Hmm.
cobblestone streets and to stop at some of the eateries along the way.
How
So you could do that.
and how's the people?
You know what? I had a misconception, so I have to really apologize about that because I was always told, or I heard a number of times that the French are arrogant, they're not friendly. If you can't speak any French, they get frustrated with you and then they won't speak in English. Not the case. Not the case. 100%, the French people have been nothing but nice. And it's interesting because soon as you tell them, soon as you say bonjour or monsieur or merci, bonjour for hello, merci, thank you, you know, soon as you attempt it,
Right.
they warm up immediately and then they help you with it. They're patient with you. And then, I always tell them I know little, right? And I put I put my hand up to let them know a little.
Un petit.
And then
Hmm.
they'll transition to English. You know,
Right.
they've been nothing but nice, honest to
Okay.
God. And
Okay.
so
Excellent.
I don't know where that came from,
Hmm.
but my experience here for this first time,
Hmm.
nothing
Okay.
like that. And
I
I
was just
did
at
come
a
with that yeah.
Yeah, I was just at a high school football game last night, and one of the guys talked about France, and he said what you said, but in a negative way.
No. Mm-mm.
Yeah, so I would like to play a game with you. Are you down for a game?
Okay,
Are you
I
down for a
am, but
game?
I do want to say
Okay.
one thing. We have to talk about the food too. So,
Well, that's part of the game.
okay,
Funny,
well,
funny you should ask. Okay.
all right, all
So
right,
you'll have 3 seconds to answer each one of these questions about food.
okay.
Okay. And you
Mm-hmm.
gotta yeah, you have to answer great, okay, or not good. You have three
Okay,
seconds. All right.
all
We
right.
really should have some music to this, but I just thought about this. So French fries,
Good. Hmm.
wine,
Haven't had any yet.
desserts.
Good. Hmm.
Good. All right. All right.
Hmm.
That's all I had. Did
Hmm.
you have any,
That's
Rita?
it.
Well,
Oh
you
my
know what?
goodness.
Uh-huh.
The croissants in Paris are really
What
good.
is it again?
Croissants, crescents, the
Okay.
croissants in
Okay.
Paris, and also the butter.
Okay.
Francine, get some butter. And also, Francine, well, I'm talking about spending money. Have you shopped yet? Have you been to Harrods?
No, 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 no.
Well,
Kevin
you know
didn't hear
what?
this. He
They
did
need
not
to
hear this.
sightsee. They need to
Which
sightsee.
they can sightsee at Harrods.
Ah.
And Kevin knows I don't sightsee if I can't spend money. So he knows I
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not that
So
girl that goes window shopping.
so
If
you,
I'm gonna shop, I'm gonna buy something if I see something that tickles my fancy.
yeah, yeah. So I kind of said French fries as a food jokingly since it's French, right? French fries.
But we
But
did have some.
you did
We
have
did
some,
have some while
and you
yes,
said
we did.
okay. You didn't say
No, I didn't.
great.
I said good. I said good. I said
Well, see,
good.
you're not following the rules. I said great, okay, or not good. So if you said good,
No,
that's
you
okay.
said great, good, or okay. You
No,
didn't.
no,
Okay.
but that's all
All
right.
right. Well, no,
That's all right.
everything you mentioned was good. We've had
Was
it.
good.
And interesting enough, we've been doing so much sightseeing
Uh-huh.
and out so late that we haven't even had an opportunity to drink any wine. And
Okay.
Rita, shopping, you know, the
Hmm.
French are very interesting. You'll go somewhere and you're walking around and all of a sudden you're in a mall. Like you leave out of the facility where you were and you end up in a mall. So
Well,
they're always directing you to a mall. So we were in a really high-end mall that we saw I got to think about the designer. I don't know if it was one of the designers. And we were looking at a purse that was over
Paris is known
$1,000.
for fashion as well, right?
It is, but this isn't Fashion Week, so
Yeah.
we haven't seen that. But
Well,
yes,
it's a
and you
reason
can tell by
it's a reason to go back. How about that?
absolutely.
Okay.
And before I
And
let
we
you
have 2
guys go,
minutes.
though, I know that's why I'm trying to get you to let me say a few things. So one of the things I would say is there are a lot of local artists that they have kind of like markets, and we end up seeing one of those. And so people were selling jewelry, they were selling leather purses, they were selling clothes. So that's another opportunity for you to come to Paris and not spend a whole lot of money if you go to the local markets. And then this is the last thing that I'm going to say. I'm going to leave you guys with something funny. So we go to this area, we're looking for, one of the cafes, because I wanted to get a sandwich that you kind of see people walking around just eating and, going about their business. And we see McDonald's, KFC, Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts.
Wow.
I'm like, why in the world would you come to Paris and eat at any of those places, right? So
Francine, it's
super
around the
funny.
world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That's
know.
that's for the locals.
Yeah.
That's for the locals probably. Yeah. Yeah, but
Well, you enjoy Francine.
yeah, from a wine standpoint, you know what I drink, so please see if you could bring some of it back.
Wow. I have to
Yeah.
see if that's in my budget.
Yeah. It's in your budget. That budget will be
Is
increased. Yeah,
is
for
it in my
sure.
budget?
It's
Okay.
in, if
Okay.
not, we'll increase it. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
thank you for that. And what
Uh-huh.
about chocolate, Rita?
Wait till you go to
The
Brussels.
chocolate, right?
Wait till you go to Brussels.
I don't
Okay.
care too much about chocolate. I mean, it's good, but
Belgium
you
chocolate.
know.
Wait till you get to Brussels.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. It's all good. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap things up. As I said, we started a little late today. But we covered all the major topics, and as you see, Miss Francine Cameron, even with that fake background, she is she is in
I
Paris,
am. I
and
am
she's
in Paris.
having an outstanding
I
time
am.
with our daughter Kiara, and I'm
Yes,
sure
indeed.
that Francine will provide even more information during the next travel fun and tips, and have more
Yes.
videos to show as well. The next show is actually September 29th from
Mhm.
noon to 2 p.m. So everyone should really stay posted regarding what all the different destinations will be for September. Rita, and then we'll throw it back over to Francine for her closeout as well.
Just have fun, Francine, and have fun
Thank you.
wherever you decide to go. There's so much to see around the world. It's just
Yeah.
incredible, just incredible. And I hope that what we are providing is opening up the window to the world so people can see what exists beyond the three rivers, because there's so much
Excellent.
to learn, so much beauty globally. And Francine, I just hope you and Kiara have just a wonderful time, and make sure you get to Harrods
Yes.
if you can.
Yes.
All right.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Excellent. All right, Francine, you could do your wrap up.
Yes, I want to thank you and Rita for holding it down. Thank you guys for having me on and letting us come live from Paris. And I swear we are in Paris. And this has been a wonderful opportunity to be able to be on the show live from Paris. And next month, as Kevin said, we'll talk about Brussels. We'll also talk about London again. We'll have pictures for everybody and show you these beautiful, beautiful cities. And again, travel fun and tips. That's what we want people to understand. There are so many places to explore.
Yes.
And, we like to do our small part to kind of show you and highlight some areas that might be on your bucket list, but might not have. And I also appreciate the guests that were on before me talking about their wonderful cities as well. So thank you guys. And as we say here in Paris, Au revoir.
Au revoir.
All right, and don't sign off the virtual because we need to talk to you after the show. But
Okay.
as far as wrapping this show up, like I said, this is my first time hosting Travel Fun and Tips. I had a blast with Miss Rita Gregory and also the different guests that came
It
on,
was a
and
great
also
show.
Francine. Really
Absolutely.
enjoyed it, and as I indicated for everybody, the majority of the people watch the recording. So if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to text us. Don't put it in the chat. Text us, and we'll make sure that we respond to your text. And the text number is 412 218 3888. And again, the next show is September 29th from noon to 2 p.m. And also, we'll let you know what the destinations will be
Mhm.
beforehand. Okay, so coming up after the show, as we sign off, coming up will be the best of soulful music on our radio stream from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. So if you're on YouTube, please click over to our radio stream at pghdsen.com. Also, later today, one of my favorites, Old School Jams from 6 to 11 p.m. And last but not least, well, we have a full schedule on Sunday. You could take a look at the radio schedule for that and also put on your schedule for Tuesday, my show, Soul Take, Pittsburgh's exciting sports talk show, and that is from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. So we're going to go ahead and sign off. Everyone, take care and be blessed. And please join us for all of our great content as we celebrate 4 years
Yeah.
on the air. Pittsburgh's DSEN is the place for soul, and we'll continue to celebrate through the 31st of August. Everyone, take care.
Au revoir.